I've often been asked about the importance of setting goals. I think setting goals is very important. I think it's important in regards to your Amazon business. I think it's important in regards to your personal life. And I think it's something that if you really focus on, can help you achieve more. So when I talk about goals, let's specifically talk about your Amazon business first, and then we'll move into other aspects of your life. So there's a lot of different types of people that we have in Internet Mastery. And when I get asked the question, what is the average income of an Amazon seller? What's the average income of our students? I think that's a very unfair question, because the truth is that different people want different things. In other words, different people have different goals. Some might say that everyone's goal is financial freedom. Everyone's goal is to create life-changing money, but I'm not sure that's the same for everyone. For example, when I ask 10 different people about how much money they need to be financially free, how much money do they need to change their lives, we're going to get 10 different answers. So goals really are subjective. I want you to think for a moment about why you started this business in the first place and what your original desire was. And that's the first goal. And it's very important to write that down and to remind yourself of what you want that outcome to be. I share that with you because in achieving any goal, in achieving any desired result, you're going to hit obstacles. That's just a normal part of life. You're going to hit what we call outside influences, things outside of your control that are going to test your patience, that are going to test your determination, that are going to test your will to succeed, that are going to test your desire to move on. You have to remind yourself of what it is that you want, because it is so much easier to give up than to continue. I want to say that again because I really want that to sink in. It is always going to be easier to give up than it is to succeed. And so remember that phrase that if you don't quit, you can't lose. So when I talk about goals and goal setting, I think you need to set your goals at a level that is higher than you might believe is possible, but not unrealistic. I do believe in big goal setting. But I also believe in micro-dosing how you achieve those goals. I'll just talk about it from your Amazon business. If your goal is to sell $1 million a year on Amazon and you're brand new, it is unlikely you will achieve that goal in the next 90 days. Now, that's not being negative, that's being realistic. But when I say set a goal, maybe your goal is in the next 12 months, I want to sell 100,000 on Amazon. Maybe my goal is in the next 12 months, I want to sell 500,000 on Amazon. Maybe my goal in the next 12 months is to sell $10 million on Amazon. Based on what you've done so far can help you determine where you are going. Now, the reason that I say set these microdose goals is simply because you want to have metrics that you can achieve on a daily and weekly basis. You need to reward yourself and see progress. It's very challenging when you don't see any progress, even though you're doing everything right. By the way, this is a very normal part of the business. People will say, I'm doing everything. I'm watching the videos. I'm doing my product sourcing. I've attended the underground events. I'm getting ungated, but I'm still struggling to get where I need to be. That's normal. Folks, just understand you're starting a business. What you're doing is outside of the norm. You're doing something that most people would never even dare to start, let alone to accomplish. So you need to be easy on yourself. That's another very important part of goal setting, is allow yourself to adjust your goals. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Be gentle on yourself. Don't be too harsh. Don't feel the anxiety of not hitting that goal. But if you don't hit your goal, use it as a motivation. Now, a goal should be a constantly moving target. If your goal is to sell $1,000 a day just to give an example. If your goal is to sell $1,000 a day on Amazon, and you notice that for 2 or 3 or 4 days in a row, you've hit that goal, well, then your goal is too low. If your goal is to sell $100,000 for the year, and you've hit $100,000 by May, well, then your goal is too low. You need to move your target. Now, how do we set our Amazon goals? Well, this is a little bit easier if you've made sales on Amazon. If you haven't made sales on Amazon, then it's a little bit more challenging. I'm going to show you one specific way to do it. But what I want you to understand is that this business is really just about math. That's it. Now, I know some of you are better at math than others. I totally understand that. But this is about math. That's all it is. I'll give you an example. Somebody who sends 50 items to Amazon will sell more than someone who sells 5 items to Amazon. Now you say, okay, well, that's duh, right? I get it, but it's just math. It's not a complex business. You just have to understand your metrics for you in your business. What are your goals? So what are your daily goals? Well, the first goal to set is how many items are you going to send to Amazon every single week. When I work with students one-on-one, the very first thing that I notice is that they're not sending enough items to Amazon. Now you say, well, what if I send them all in one day? So let's say your goal is to send 70 items a week to Amazon. Now, just simple math, that's 10 items a day to Amazon. That could be one shipment of 10 video games. It could be 2 shipments of 5 different kinds of candles. It could be 4 shipments of 2 of something, 3 of something, 2 of something, and 3 of something. I think that adds up to 10. Whatever that is, 10 units a day. You say, well, hey, Adam, what if I send 70 items a week? Have I achieved the same goal? Yes and no. And I want you to understand something. When you send 10 items a day to Amazon 7 days a week, you will sell more and you will make significantly more than if you send 70 items once a week. You say, well, how is that possible? It's possible because every single day you have new inventory arriving. Every single day you have an opportunity to sell more. Whereas when you send in 70 at a time, you're going to sell some, but you're not going to consistently increase every day. The sooner they get to Amazon, the sooner they sell. The sooner they sell, the faster you get your money back. It can be summed up as a word called velocity. This velocity is the speed in which you get your money back. So in terms of daily goals, how many items will you commit to sending every day? Now, if you send 5 one day and you send, let's say 9 the second day, that's still an average of 7. On the day you sent 9, you hit your goal. On the day you set 5, you didn't hit your goal. So yes, in theory, you can make it up. But what would happen to your business if you said, I'm going to send a minimum of 10 items a day to Amazon for the next 365 days, and you don't miss a day? Consistency is one of the keys to success, but that comes from not just setting the goal, but continually evolving and moving the goal post. So if you get 10 items a day out for 30 consecutive days, well, guess what? You need to raise your goal. It's become too easy. You need to increase that number. And what happens is when you increase that number, you sell more. It's just math, folks. So I want you to think about what your daily incremental goals are, and then what are your monthly goals? Now, if it was me, I would be far less focused on sales than I would on units. So yes, I want to sell $1 million. Yes, I want to sell $100,000. Yes, I want to sell $10 million. Yes, I want life-changing money. I get all of that, right? We understand that. But it comes down to units. How many units are you sending in and how many units are you selling? Now, there's a couple of really easy ways to increase the dollar volume with the same number of units. But in reality, most people are going to struggle with that. So if you can increase the number of units, you will ultimately increase the amount of sales. Now, if you've made 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 sales or more on Amazon, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to do this with you live. I'm going to show it to you in a test account so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and you can see how to get there. So let me just see if I can move this around here on my screen just to help you out just a little bit. I'll take you over to Amazon, and you all can follow along. You can do this on your own. You can do this while you're watching the replay of this session. So let me go ahead and do this for you and take you into this Amazon seller account. So what I want you to do is I want you to click on the 3 bars in the upper left-hand corner. And then from there, I want you to scroll down to where it says Reports and then Business Reports. I'll leave that on the screen for you for just a minute. We're gonna go to the 3 bars. We're going to scroll down to Reports, and then we're going to click on Business Reports. So I'll go ahead and do that now. And what you'll see is that today a sale was made for $30.53. What I want to do, again, this is just a test account, but it will be really relevant to what it is that I'm talking about. I'm going to click on year to date. And what you'll see when I click on change the drop down from date to year to date to apply, you'll see a couple of things. Number one, you'll see we've got 56 orders, 60 units, which means some people bought more than one. And we can see that the average order size is $24.25. And I want you to make note of your average order size. This is very important. So we're going to go to the 3 bars in the upper left-hand corner. We're going to click on order. We're going to click on Reports, and then we're going to click on Business Reports. From there, we're going to select the drop-down menu, change it to year to date, click Apply, and we will see our year-to-date number, $24.25. So if you understand historically what your average selling price is, your average order price, you can now go ahead and determine what it is that you need to do in your business as you are growing that business. Let me give you an example. If my goal is to sell $1,000 on Amazon, then I need to sell approximately 40 units. Now, I know my average order size is $24.25. I've taken the liberty to inflate it to $25. 25 times 40 is $1,000. So I need to sell 40 items for every $1,000 in sales that I want to achieve. If I'm sending in 70 items a week times $25, that's going to be $1,750 a week in sales. That is $7,000 a month in sales. Now, we're not talking about our profit margins yet. We're just simply talking about how to ramp up the sales. So guess what? 10 items a day, 70 units a week. With my average order size, yours is going to be different. My average order size in this account means that I'm going to sell $7,000 a month, or over the course of the year, $84,000. Now, that's not a realistic number. Why? Because we know that after the first month, we're going to raise our goal maybe to 15 units a day or 20 units a day. And we know that by month number 8 or 9 or 10, we're going to be sending in 30 or 40 units a day. Our cash flow will increase, our confidence will increase, our results will increase, and therefore our sales will increase. One of the things that you see in this business, exponential, is growth. And I talk about Robert Ficini, who's our top seller in our Internet Mastery community. And I want to just give you an example. Robert started in August of 2018. And in his first year, he sold about $700,000 on Amazon. Well, in January, we are in now November. In January of this year, Robert was at $16 million in sales. 16 million. So that means that from 2018 to 2024, which is 5.5 years, he sold $16 million. That's an average of just over $3 million a year. But this compounding rate of growth continues. Robert has sold almost $7 million this year, and the year's not over. And so this is what I want you all to understand. When you set goals and you have a long-term path, the down the road results are significantly better than the in the beginning results. Maybe you're brand new. Maybe you've started selling on Amazon, started your business within the last 90 days. And you're saying, heck, I just want to find 1 or 2 good products. Okay. So maybe your goal is to send in 3 units a day. Maybe your goal is to send in 1 or 2 units a day. It doesn't matter where you start. Just set a goal that's realistic that you can achieve. Now, you should be doing this, by the way, not just in your Amazon business, but you should be doing it in all walks of life. You should say, what are my goals? And you should write them down. Because if not, it's just simply a dream. If not, it's not something that you can hold yourself accountable with. If not, it's not something that you're able to measure your progress with. And when you understand this process, you should sit down, stop what you're doing, sit down and say, what are my goals for the next 12 months? And if you start to hit them, move them upward. If you're not hitting them, then you need to ask yourself why. What is holding me back? Am I frustrated? Am I discouraged? Am I challenged? What is it that is holding you back? Figure that piece of it out and then change it. And just understand the long-term goal. This is a business. This is not a hobby. This is not just something we're going to try for 3 or 4 weeks and see how it goes. We already know how that's going to work out for you. This is a long-term business. We work with a lot of people that want to change their life financially. And yet it took them 30 years to get into the position they're in now financially. And they can't understand why 8 weeks later their whole life hasn't changed. That's just the way people think. And so I want you to be optimistic and I want you to be focused, but I also want you to be realistic when things aren't going as well as you hoped that they would. We do get discouraged. That's just human beings are like that. And it's okay as long as we use it as motivation to drive ourselves forward. And I say this is important in all walks of life. Let me just tell you that if you're solely focused on your business and not focused on your health, then it's a problem. Look, Steve Jobs died at 58. Okay, he was the richest man in the world when he passed away. Money does not extend your life. Money in and of itself does not make you healthier. It does not allow you to live longer. And we have a lot of people, quite frankly, in Internet Mastery who are wonderful, awesome human beings, but physically, I'm not so sure. And so I want you to really think about what you want, not just in your business, but what are your goals personally? What are your goals relationship-wise? But really, what are your goals from a health perspective? I've been talking about this now for a while. It's not just about the wealth, it's about the health. And here's what I know. The healthier you are, the wealthier you will become. The healthier you are, the more motivated you are. The healthier you are, the more focused you are. The healthier you are, the more everything around you gets better. So I really want you to think about that from a health perspective. Now, I'll just tell you how important I think this is. I've started an entirely new company focused directly on helping people get healthier. And it's amazing because the ability to transform people's lives, not just from a financial point of view, but from a health and wellness point of view, makes a huge difference. And I'll tell you that I started this because of my own personal journey. My goal is to make this 12-month period that we're in the healthiest I've ever been in. And I'll tell you, the result for me is that everything around me is getting better. The relationships that I have, the businesses that I have, the financial situation that I'm in, is all getting better. I feel better, I'm more motivated, and I'm more excited about life in general. And when all of that happens, everything around you starts to change. So if you're not where you want to be health-wise, if you want to make any sort of change health-wise, by the way, and we could be of help in any way possible, whether it's hormones or testosterone replacement therapy or menopause or whatever it is that you're going through, overweight, hair loss, whatever it is, if you want to adapt and you want to change and you're committed to making yourself feel better, then I'll just throw this out there. Send an email to support@internetmastery.io and someone will reach out to you and chat with you. There's no cost. There's no charge. It's really just to see what you're interested in doing and what your goals are. And if it makes sense and it's a fit, then we'll introduce you to our staff doctor, our resident doctor, who's the wife of a friend of mine who I've known my entire life. And she's been a doctor for almost 30 years, specializing in peptides, hormones, diabetes, and weight loss. And so if that works for you and makes sense, send an email. And if you think it's all mumbo jumbo and you just want to build your business, of course, we're going to make sure that we're providing you with the best opportunity to do so. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about these two things. So I want to talk about two more things, and then I'll take some questions. Number one, next week is Internet Mastery Underground number 3. Now, I know that so many of you have your tickets already. If you don't have a ticket, I truly don't understand why. The first one was groundbreaking. The second one was life-changing. If you're struggling getting ungated because you're new or you just haven't been exposed to the concepts in the Internet Mastery Underground series, you're missing out. Not because I need you to get a ticket, folks, but because you are missing out. Now, I get it. It's your business. You can invest in whatever you want. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you don't show up. But the results that the people in this community are getting as a result of those first two underground events is nothing but extraordinary. And so I really want to encourage you to get your ticket. It's in, you can find the link. It'll be beneath the video. And you can get your ticket to Underground number 3. And then the final thing that I want to mention to you is that if you want to really make 2025 your best year ever, you need to really think about the investments you're making in yourself. And in December and in January, we have 2 AI events that are limited to 16 people. They're almost 50% sold out at each event. There's same content at both events. One's in Boca, one is in San Diego. The Boca event is in December. The San Diego event is in January. If you don't have your ticket and you're planning on attending, I'm telling you this event will sell out. It'll sell out sooner than later. We just announced the tickets a couple of days ago, and they're already almost 50% sold out. 2 days, hands-on with me and you and this small, intimate group talking about everything from your Amazon business and beyond and how AI can transform it and take it to the next level. It's all new information, by the way, for all of my graduates of our previous AI events. This one is special because we're going to be focusing on utilizing the technology that we built inside of Internet Mastery to help you grow and expand your business, new functionality, new features. And when you attend this event and you get your ticket, we're going to give you all 4 AI tools included in your ticket price, for a year. Now, the AI tools are $99 each, so 4 of them is $400 a month. You get $4,800 worth of value, real value, by getting your ticket to the event. It's going to be incredible. By the way, one of the things I haven't mentioned is that inside of the AI tools are credits that you need to do certain things. Well, guess what? It's unlimited credits for 12 months. When I say you get the tools included, the idea is not to give you the tools and then sell you the credits behind the scene. When you attend one of these 2 events, you can get all 4 AI tools for free for a year included, and that includes unlimited credits to be able to write your book, to be able to post things on eBay, to be able to create Amazon listings. I mean, it's going to be extraordinary. And so again, if you're planning on attending, tickets won't be available too long. We'll put the link beneath the video so you can get your ticket to the AI events if you're planning on joining us. So that's what I wanted to share with you here in this session. I'm happy to take some questions if there are any. If there are, please feel free to post them in the chat box, and then I'm happy to answer them for you. So let's take a look and see what the questions are. Will there be an AI event live streamed? Great question, Estherine. Thank you so much. There will not. So the AI event is not a typical training event. We can't, live streaming it would truthfully be a waste of your time and our money. The cost of doing the live stream wouldn't be worth it, because I'm going to teach something for 15 minutes and then the group is going to work hands-on for 45 minutes on that topic. So you need to be in the room. You need to be watching what we're doing. You need to have me sitting at your table side and helping you and guiding you and showing you where to click and what to do. Then as a group, we're going to be discussing the results and sharing that with each other in the room. So the information is quite confidential, but more importantly, because it's so hands-on, there's no ability to stream the AI event. It isn't just an educational event. And that's, I think, one of the big differences. There's a lot of education, but there's a lot more hands-on participation than there would be at a traditional or conventional Internet Mastery event. So Denise says, what is my advice on a product that's $9 for the last year, but $19 for the last 30 days? So thank you, Denise. By the way, we're looking forward to seeing you at our upcoming AI event. Congratulations on getting your ticket. I don't have enough information to give you the answer to your question. So in order for me to give you the real answer, I'd have to have all of the details of the item to know what it is, to see if it's seasonal, to be able to look at the number of competitors. But personally, I would base my pricing opportunity on the historical annual average. So if you can make money at the average annual price, then you should do it. If that would put you in the red, then I would skip it, because the current pricing is an indicator of where it's at now. The annual pricing is an indicator of most likely where it will go to. So in that case, I would say it all depends on how much you're paying for it. Remember, the profit you make is not based on the selling price. It's based on what you pay for it. So that would be my suggestion. It's a great question, by the way. So thank you for asking. Excellent. So let me just wrap up. Let me give you a quick summary. If you do not have a ticket for Underground number 3, you should get one. If you do not have a ticket for the AI events, either in Boca or San Diego, you should get one. And if you have any questions about wanting to work more personally on your own health, whether it's from optimizing your hormones, whether it's someone who's going through menopause, whether it's about hair loss, whether it's about weight loss, whether it's about weight gain, men who want to put on some muscle, whether it's about testosterone, whether it's about sex drive, whatever it is, understand that all of that can be fixed if you are in balance. And all you need to do is send an email to support@internetmastery.io. It'll all be 100% confidential. and then someone will reach out to you to just discuss the different options and see if it makes sense. And I really think that as we start to look at the next 12 months, you're going to find that there is a direct correlation between someone's wealth and someone's health. They are related to each other, even as much as we don't think they are. And so that would be my suggestion. Send the email to support.internetmastery.io and just say, this is what I'm interested in, or this is what I think I might need. Please have someone reach out to me, and they will do that for you. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for joining me. It's up to you now to go out and make it an amazing, spectacular day. Set your goals. I'll see you soon.